Hello and welcome to Messenger Stationery's Virtual Guest Registry. This will be a video on how to get started. The first step to get started is to go to the registration page. That's going to be at messengerstationery.com/guest-registry-form. Once you fill that out, that'll be sent to the customer service and they'll get you started with the different services that comprises. So that includes guest registry, make it personal, the ordering site messengerstationery.com, and also the service Remembering with Love. Once that's been set up, you'll receive an email welcome letter from customer service providing you with all of these essential details. Once customer service has you set up, one of the components they'll provide you with is a username and password for Virtual Guest Registry. So for general access to the Virtual Guest Registry, we have this website. I will go ahead and put in a funeral home service code. So for this funeral home, I will see the active available services. I would choose the one I want to sign into. So for example, if I choose this one, click on the green button, I can see the service date. I can also see the date range where this will be available to sign into. Since the default date will be based on the service date, you may have to adjust the dates that people can sign in. The provided URL for the service through the Virtual Guest Registry, which should look something like this, would take them to this page where they can sign up with either their cell number or email address to get access to sign in. That'll send them a one-time code, and then they can sign in through that link. You'll also be receiving a username and password for the program Make It Personal. That's a web-based designing program. That website, mipv2.messengerstationery.com. It's a web application that facilitates the generation and printing of the Registry Book's guest sign-in pages. You'll also be provided with a username and password for messengerstationery.com. This site provides you with the ability to order product from Messenger that you can print either on-site, or you can take advantage of our signature service that are designed, produced, and shipped by Messenger on your behalf. And lastly, the website Remembering with Love. This site connects friends and family members with meaningful keepsake options that they can purchase for themselves or as a gift for their loved ones. This site is designed to tie any purchases that are made back to your particular location, resulting in added revenue for your business. To create a service that guests can sign into, you want to go ahead and log into Make It Personal. If you've not used Make It Personal before, you may want to check and make sure you have a location set up. You'd go to Menu, Location Info and Settings, and make sure you have a location. If you don't, you can click on Add Location. That will provide the blank fields that you can fill in. You want to make sure at least the first two fields are filled in. The rest would be optional. The location GUID actually populates once you save a location. So this is grayed out. You don't have to fill that in. Going down here, you can also add a logo and a picture. Once you're done with that, you can hit Save Location. If you already have a location, you can proceed from the menu button, Menu, Manage Case Info. That'll show you a listing of your existing cases for the time frame displayed. In this case, the default is 2 weeks. If you need to add a case, you can hit Add New Case. That'll provide you with a blank form. You want to go ahead and choose your location and then fill in at least first name, last name, gender, date of birth, date of death, and hit Save Case. Once you've done that, you go to the Advanced tab. If you work with a third party that imports information into Make It Personal from their website, you can just select an existing case from that. Next, you would want to go to the Advanced tab and go to the Service Info section and go ahead and enter the service date. Next, you'd go to the Expression Guest section, and if you don't see this, you'd have either an ad or a link. So in this case, since you're first establishing this case, you'd want to hit the button that says Add to Expression. That will make that case available for Virtual Guest Registry. And then if you have a photo available, go ahead and go to Case Images, and you have the option there to upload an image. So you hit Upload New Images, you browse to where you have that image saved on your computer, and then you'd go ahead and save that image and make sure it's set as default. And this default image will be used whenever this case is visible, whether that's in Guest Registry or Facebook. For access to the Virtual Guest Registry dashboard, you'd want to go to guestregistry.com/gr_admin.php. You'd use the username and password provided. At the top of the page, your location code is listed along with a direct link. So right here, you see the location code at the end of that link. So if you're looking at your dashboard, it would show your code at the end. At the top of the page, your location code is listed along with a direct link to your guest registry landing page. That's this link right here, and this is the specific code for your location. Directing guests to that landing page will allow them to see all the available services currently active at your location. Unadjusted, the default before and after dates for signing in is 1. If you'd like to extend what the default setting is, you can do so. So for example, if you have a service, say a week away, it'll start that default a day before and default to a day after for sign-ins. If you're setting up a service that you'd like to start the sign-ins for starting today, this is where you'd come in and change that. So for example, if your service is a week away and you do nothing with the date ranges, that would be a day before and a day after that people would be able to sign in for that service. If you'd like to extend that to further, either say the current day or further out, you can do so either as the default setting for all your cases or on the individual cases themselves. So for example, if today was May 1st and your service wasn't until May 7th, you could manually go ahead and extend that date range earlier so people can sign in whenever you create that case. Now, if you do make a change, make sure and hit Update. So in the lower section of the page, you'll see a list of services. There are several sorting and searching options available for you, including the ability to sort columns in ascending or descending order by clicking on the header of that column. Each additional line of the table offers you the following tools. So if you click on the ID number, it gives you a pop-up where you can adjust the status and the date range. You have 2 linking options for specific cases. So the embed link is if you have access to the code for a website. And the share link is a standard URL for uses such as adding to an email or a text message. For each of those, you can click on the clipboard in order to quickly copy those links. We also have the option to share on Facebook. That's that blue square right here. Once you click on that, it takes you to another page where you see the link to share it on Facebook down here at the bottom of the screen. You also see a green or orange square. A green square will indicate the current guest count. Clicking on this green square will give you the option to download a CSV file containing the guest information. So I'm going to go ahead and copy the link for Manuel Dortho. So I clicked on the clipboard, and I'll just go to another tab. So this is what a guest would see if they're provided with that link. Once a guest has navigated to the sign-in page for a service, they're greeted with information stating the name of the service provider, the name of the loved one for which the service is memorializing, the date for the memorial service, and the dates that the guest registry will be available to sign. Guests will then be prompted to provide an email address or a mobile phone number. Once a guest has used that link to get to this page, they'll see the name of the funeral home, the name of the decedent, the service date, the date range that they would be allowed to sign in, and then they can choose either cell or email address. Once the guest has navigated to this page, they'll see information on who's providing the service, who the service is for, the service date. They'll see the date range that they would be allowed to sign in, and then they can choose whether to use a cell phone or email address to register, along with a drop-down indicating which method that is. So they'll be sent a code, and then they'll use that code to sign in. Once they press the button, that'll take them to a new option where they would enter that code. Entering the code takes them to this page, which provides fields to fill in, and an option to indicate they would like to receive more information about the services your funeral home provides. Once they have done so, they'll be invited to visit the Remembering with Love website that is associated with your account. Once the time window for signing into that service is closed, in other words, they had a date range where they could sign in. Once that's completed, you can go into Make It Personal to generate and print guest sign-in pages. So you'd go to Menu, Manage Case Info, select your case, either by double-clicking on the row or clicking on the Edit button. On the Advanced tab, you want to go to Expression Guests. If for some reason you aren't linked to that Expression Guest listing, you can go ahead and hit Link, find the case. So we're in Edmund Kane, so I'm going to go ahead and select him and hit OK. And so these are my listings for those guests. So here I'm just confirming that I have the listings. If I need to delete or edit, I can do so here. I go to Case Designs. From here, you can go to Case Designs and hit Create New Design. You can choose between Fast Track or Advanced Designer. You also have the option of going directly through Fast Track. Since at this point the case already exists, you would go Fill from a Past Case. Start typing the case name. Select the case. When you go into Select the product you're looking for is a register book. So the flow is Product, Series, Size, Template. So you choose the series that you have the paper for. So I'm just going to choose Autumn Passage here. In this case, it's an oversized. And then the template would be Expression Guest Pages. Once you've selected that, you can go ahead and hit Create and Review. If you need to make any adjustments, you can do that in this screen. Once you're done, you can hit Save Case and Print Design. That'll take you to the Generate screen. Make sure all the pages you want to print are highlighted with a blue border. and then hit Generate PDF. The resulting PDF can then be mailed to the family and also printed out to the border-only pages or blank stock, and then inserted into the physical register book. You can also consider taking advantage of our signature service package. That is where we would design, produce, and ship directly to the family on your behalf.